been cash flow positive the last couple of years. That has been a unique place in the market and allowed us to invest not only in the core of Ripple, but also in acquisitions. And even, recently you may have read we did a tender offer to our shareholders. Yeah. We've now repurchased over $1 billion of stock from our shareholders. That's something that's important to us, quite frankly, because it is not an immediate term priority to go public. In the United States, trying to go public with a very hostile regulator that has to approve your S1, that doesn't sound like a lot of fun to me. Coinbase obviously had their S1 approved, and now the SEC is suing them for doing things that was outlined in their S1. Now, that, as I mentioned, there's a hearing tomorrow in the U.S. about some of that, but I think it's indicative of why would we want to subject ourselves to an SEC that is openly hostile to this industry?
So in terms of an IPO, an exit of some sort, is that sort of parked to the side at this point?
Yeah, I mean,
or are you
I don't
looking
think
elsewhere outside the U.S. for a listing?
I mean, yes to all of those. Okay. I don't think about an IPO as an exit.
It's so important at this time.
Talon brings in enterprise browser technology. It's based on Chromium, but is that adapted for the enterprise. So adding the additional layers of security. What Talon really did well was ensuring that all the things that are happening in the browser are secure. If you think of data controls, from things like masking of data that are very sensitive information when you're viewing them, to data exfiltration, they're not allowed to upload it to different public websites or personal accounts, to all the things around data control. Can you print a given document? Can you share a given document? Even on a collaboration application. If something is displayed, you want to watermark the application. If you download an application, I want to only ensure that I'm opening it within my secure browser. So providing additional layers of control that. Think about your browser components, your cookies, your passwords, your access cards, your tokens, your autofills, moving away from consumer encryption to trusted encryption. And then when you access untrusted websites, how do you ensure that you have full control on disabling different components, having full visibility into what extensions are in the browser and full control over them? Those are critical aspects that Talon brought together in the acquisition. We've taken all these best-in-class components that we had with Talon, all the amazing capability that we had in the leading solution for SASE with Prisma SASE, and brought these together to ensure that now we're able to secure all devices across all the user base, applications and data, consistently manage them, and have all the layers of visibility and control.
From a management perspective, integrating Talon with Palo Alto, I'm sure provides a variety of benefits, both from a security standpoint and from a user experience perspective.
It provides a lot of benefits from security, of course, because you're extending all the best-in-class security capabilities and additional layers of protection for both managed and unmanaged devices. It provides incredible operational simplicity for the enterprise, because now they have full visibility.
Mississippi, you know what? You better work hard here in New York City, so there's enough excess wealth that we can actually help the other people.
It misses the point. Stuart is not a native of this country, so he probably doesn't realize that the common...
I wonder if you are.
I am,
Yeah,
though.
right.
The common good, another way of using the word common good as often is used, is the general welfare. If you go back to the Constitution, you look at the preamble specifically talks about the general welfare. And all common good really means, and all the Democrats are saying, is we want the most good for the most number of individuals. And I know, Stuart, even given your views, you cannot be against the most good for the most number of individuals. And that's what it's promoting.
Capitalism is all about.
You're right. And the common good, if you go back to Adam Smith and you look at the guiding hand, capitalism's main tenet is about the common good. It is about individual liberty. It's the most good for the most number of individuals. And that's what the market takes care of. It's not socialism.
The Democrats want to take it off me, take it off successful people, and give it to those people who will vote them into the next election.
Let's bring Jim Rogers in. Jim Rogers, what do you think of all this?
Neil, we all know that the Democrats' definition of common good is what is good for their friends and their special interest groups. They do everything they can to promote the well-being, the common good of a few special interests in America. They're not looking out for the country, what's good for the country, what's good for you, me, and the rest of us. Who is Bill Clinton to decide what is good for me? Let me decide what is good for me.
Well, Cody, then you have your doubts about